Everyone.
Right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. This meeting this afternoon will be live streamed. There is no camera in the room, so, okay, and there is no fire expected. However, if you do hear the fire alarm, just race out. Do not take the lift, take the stairs. My name is Joan Henry, and I'm Councillor in Palarzil, and I will be chairing the meeting this afternoon. Are there any apologies? I have.
You've got apologies
Yeah,
from Councillor Vicari.
Yes.
Councillor Patterson is joining us online. Not heard from anyone else.
Thank you. Any declaration of interest? No? Okay, can we go on? The minutes of the previous meeting, which was held on the 24th of June 2025, have been read and agreed? Yes, agreed, thank you. We sign off the minutes?
Yeah. You can use your own pen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So can we please introduce ourselves? I want to introduce yourselves because some of you may not know each other. I introduced myself already. Can you?
Yeah, I'm Zoe Church. I'm the treasurer to Merton and Sutton Cemetery.
Richard Seedhouse, Democratic Service Officer and clerk to the board.
Shirley Saeed, councillor for St Helens.
Andrew Kaufman, Head of Park Services, after I managed the cemetery service through that to Ireland, UK.
Councillor Kumar Sahadevan from Sutton.
Councillor Rob Beck, also
And he's my co-chair. Okay, and also we have
Online.
Councillor Patterson.
Councillor Michael Patterson from Cannon Hill. Sorry, I'm not with you.
Thank you. And unfortunately, we can see what you can't see us.
You can see me. No, good. Okay.
At the moment, the live stream is just Councillor Patterson.
No, I'm the star of the show then.
Forever.
Right, okay, so we have the leading officer to introduce the his
Blindside report.
report. We have Andrew Huffman.
Thank you very much, Chair. Yeah, so I hope everybody received the client side report okay prior to the meeting. It was just to make the board aware that obviously linked to some duplications in previous meetings. We've combined the client side and the contractor report. I'll ask the board to be aware, obviously, of Appendix A, which shows the burial statistics and stuff for the period, as well as Appendix Items B, which indicates the income and performance levels with regard to that within MSJC. I hope everybody received that okay. Again, just a couple of elements to note within the report, because obviously a lot of the elements just cover the operational performance during the period, but it was just to make the board aware, obviously sort of linked to the special projects, and a little bit of detail about the Convera units and the new landing beams that went in on site. On time and to budget. Also note as well that the works on the heritage wall line, which the board approved at the last meeting, has now been complete for the first section, which is the first 138 metres. I also just make the board aware that the London Borough of Merton have made an application to the National Heritage Lottery Fund for the remainder of the works. And we should hear back in July 26 with regard to that application, and obviously keep the board updated in terms of the progress on that matter. I also note within the reports, obviously just a few details with regards to some structural surveys being done on the chapel building, which is being conducted by our colleagues from FM, and awaiting feedback from them in terms of way forward. But again, keep the board posted when we have more details on that element. There's the other section as well, just to make the board aware, and this is linked to a strategic priority for the service in terms of tree planting within low canopy cover walls on the streets as well as parks. And it had been noted that obviously, because obviously within Lower Morden, obviously within the cemetery's land coming within the low canopy cover ward, that we are looking to plant 20 trees behind the new hedge line, so the new hedge line that was planted previously. And again, obviously this, this element, because it's going to be street side, so again on the Garth Road street side, it would obviously be maintained by the council through the maintenance budget in terms of watering. But again, a good thing that we're looking to add a lot of flowering trees, a lot of flowering cherries. And again, to keep you guys posted, but yeah, looking to plant within the next sort of 2 weeks on site. But again, obviously showing some images and stuff onward on that. And also, yeah, just continue to work with Lilies in the Garden in terms of Debbie Clack and a family there. And again, obviously there's some nice elements sort of coming in from the you know, like the Facebook page there, and obviously some of the activities that are going on site. Probably like just to say though that again, obviously because we're into sort of the year 2 of the agreement, obviously a few more regular meetings with Mrs. Clack and other cemetery parties, because obviously there was a number of items raised in terms of some paraphernalia outside the cafe, particularly the garden chairs. So again, from a council's point of view, we've arranged storage within the depot location for that, but again during the main season that will be out on site. So it was just to sort of say that, yeah, a little bit more oversight in terms of the the management and meeting their quarterly. But again, they continue to do great things on that site, and and certainly add value. So I think that's my sort of summary. Any questions with regard to the reports or the documentation associated?
Right, thank you, Andrew. And I just want to say that I visited almost all the cemeteries, and I must say, they're really well kept. There are a few little snagging things, but of course, that something can be addressed at any time. A couple of days ago, we went to the cemetery around Garth Road, and it's really good. I just want to say thank you yourself for all the work you've been doing. We know that it's not easy. But of course, we're trying our best to make it be as possible and better as possible. So thank you. Anyone have any questions or want to ask? Any questions?
Right, so in and I totally echo what Joan was saying in reference to the upkeep of our cemeteries and stuff, and it's you never hear anything negative, and I think to build that partnership with the tea room, that family, that is a really nice touch. And again, all positive comments about that, so that would be really good. And I think it's quite important that if you have that regular meeting, then that it's a safekeeping on both sides. I'm just going to ask you in regards to this page, the budget.
I think that might be related to Zoe's. I think Appendix A and B were in my report.
Oh right, so I take it all back, Zoe. We didn't have
know, sorry. So that way it looked like it's obviously part of the.
Yeah.
It did look like my phone.
Sorry.
Might have less figures on it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologise. Andrew, perfect. Your report was perfect, my lovely.
Thank you. So no question for Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Fantastic. Right, so we go on to our next
Item 6.
item, number 6.
It's on page 33.
Is that yours?
It is, yes.
Please go ahead. I think to get everybody might read it, but I may want to go through.
So as a result of my reports, the members were being asked to make 7 decisions. So let me take my time and talk you through all the information, and then I'm happy to answer any questions. So the key pages are page 33, where you're asked to make 7 decisions, and Appendix A, which is shown on page 38. So basically, all information flows off of that page, and where possible, I have got as much reference information as possible and have backed the information with individual appendices. Appendix A, columns 1 to 4, reviews expenditure to date and forecasts the outturn expected at the end of the financial year. Columns 5 and column 6 are 2 scenarios for setting the budget for 26-27 based on whether you would like to hold 2 meetings next financial year or 3 meetings. And you might want to have a bit of discussion about that because we've got a new contractor. We're going to hear back from Heritage, National Heritage. So that's something that you can take into consideration. Appendix B sets out the salaries and the pension calculations for the board. Appendix C shows all the management and administration charges based on number of days and unit cost. Then Appendix D shows the loan or the mortgage repayment schedule for both Merton and Sutton, and that for 25-6 we're in year 13 and 26-7 will be in year 14 of that schedule. Appendix E shows all the relevant years of the board's assets. And I think it's fair to say that Andrew and I will be going down to the cemetery to walk round and make sure there are no assets that are missing as I'm closing the accounts. So just to make sure we've either picked up everything or we're not putting something on there that is missing. Appendix F shows the likely rental income for the year for the various areas that are rented out. And Appendix D shows the financial position going right back to 1948 when was the first year of operation. And then Appendix H provides details of all the pay or the price variations for the services offered by the board and shows whether it's an increase or a decrease to the previous year. Then Appendix I provides an updated risk management strategy for the board to approve. We've done a big review exercise of our risk management strategy at Merton, and Merton and Sutton have naturally benefited from that. So all the text in blue is additional text to that was there last year. The document is self-contained and self-explanatory and as clear and concise as we make it. And then finally, as Appendix I1, you have an update to the risk register for Merton and Sutton. There's one issue that I wanted to explain, which is to do with the rental of various elements within the cemetery and our ability to claim back value-added tax. So I'll try and explain this as clearly and concisely as possible. So we are allowed to claim back VAT to a certain level on certain items. So we're allowed to claim up to 5% of our total expenditure on things like rental income, the main item here. If we breach that 5%, then we can't claim back VAT. Full stop. So we will lose any VAT that we can. By charging Ivy Verdi and Glendale, it's Glendale, isn't it? A market rent, it pushes us above the 5% threshold so that we won't be able to claim back VAT. And we've had this confirmed by HMRC, and we've done various calculations for this year to check the partial exemption level. So I will need to make some adjustments at year end for not being able to pay that, which will affect our balances. But going forward, and the fact that ID Verdi haven't signed any of their contracts to do with the leasing of the mess room and the greenhouse,
Yes.
we're setting that rent as a peppercorn rent. We don't actually benefit from this. That's the irony of it, because we charge them for the rent, we charge them the market rent, and then they charge us back a pass-through cost. So it's absolutely no benefit to us, and it's actually detrimental with regards to VAT treatment. Hopefully that was clear. Hopefully it hasn't stumped everybody.
So in regards to the sorry, Dr. Khan, sorry, I do apologise, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, sorry. In regards to the market price that you were saying in reference to charging, what is a deciding factor? Who is deciding the market rate? And do you know what I mean? What are you basing it on?
That would come from our estates team.
Okay.
So that's what they deal with.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you have a question?
Appendix E, have this depreciation on 21 feet 2025. There's a column one, fourth column.
so which page is it?
42, is it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you calculate depreciation? Sorry, depreciation.
The depreciation was based on the original purchase price, divided by 40.
Because it's a land,
Well, land we don't depreciate.
right? So this 40 is, how did you get the 40?
Because that's the estimated useful life.
Okay,
So if you look at the first column on page 42, it says useful life. So to calculate the depreciation, we take the original purchase cost and divide it by the useful life. So if you're trying to do that calculation now, you won't be able to do it because it was based on a number of years ago when we purchased the land.
Right, any other question?
thanks. Thank you.
I'd like to ask a question. When you do charge like a peppercorn rent for a property, who's responsible for the maintenance of the overall?
That would be set out in the agreement. So the idea would be, yes, we only charge them a small sum, but as part of that agreement, we would set out exactly who is responsible for what. But the bottom line would be, if we make them responsible, they will just pay for the repair and then charge it through as part of the cost anyway.
It's all built into the depot lease extension as part of the wider contract, because again, this is one of 7 locations when they have lots of depot facilities.
Right, okay, any more questions? Okay, I want to start, I've looked through your cemetery services information, and it's very unique. Because,
Well, that's
We've already finished with that item, councillor.
It's vote. I'm just saying it now because I didn't have the opportunity to say, because it's really, anyone pick this up can always read it and understand exactly where the cemeteries are or what they're doing.
I think the other good thing is to look at look at the figures as well, like obviously in like where we're at this year in terms of numbers. It's all because of relationships, and again, this is to the contract side really. They've built the relationships with the like the Masons, they built it with the funeral directors. So this is going to enhance that.
Yeah.
And the glory can all be taken by LBM and Com team who actually put the document together. Support from Mr. Robinson. So thank you, Chair.
Right, fantastic. Okay,
Do you want to go through each of these decisions one by one? They're on your cheat sheet there.
I'm learning this. Okay, now.
So here we go. Here's what we're asked for.
Yes, so the board asks for what is the current budget? This one position for, no,
Yeah, so the board, shall I do it? So the board is asked that the current budgetary position for 25-26, based on the end of January 26, shown in columns 1 to 5 on Appendix A, be noted. Is it noted?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Right.
2,
The member choose whether they wish to adopt two to 3 meetings per annual approval revenue estimated for 26-27 approve.
so is it either 2 meetings next year or 3 meetings next year? That's the question.
I was going to ask on that, if you don't mind.
Oh.
What's officers' views on the functionality of both?
Well, normally we would recommend 2 a year.
Yeah.
This year, I think, because of the new contract starting, and the fact that we're waiting to hear from the Heritage Board on the wall, that it might be advisable to have a 3rd meeting in November. So we normally say November, and then to that meeting you'll get September figures. But we'll do a monitoring report as well. We'll update the risk register as well, for if we are doing the front wall, we've got an item on.
Councillor Snyder, I
Are
think.
you in agreement?
Yeah, I mean, I say particularly because the 1st of November obviously will be the contract handover. So again, we're obviously in a sort of demobilisation and mobilisation period. So yeah, from our point of view, so it would be a good thing to do just because of timing and manage that transition continuity with the new supplier being on.
My view on that is with consideration of officers' views of, the service being functional from their perspective. If they're recommending a 3rd meeting, I would be in favour of that. I'm not sure how everyone else feels.
We can revise it again in June, so we can say we've changed our minds based on, because you'll get an update on mobilisation, and if we've heard on the wall of things, if they've said no by then we will probably say it might be easier not to, but it's up to you. That kind of thing. So
Just to check the wording on this. Yeah, it is only for the 26-27 year, the
Yeah.
recommendation, isn't it? Okay.
So how many meetings are we suggesting?
I think Councillor Snyder's got a question,
Oh,
Chair.
sorry.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, maybe like you say, because the points that you said about due to the contract change and everything, maybe we need to mention it. So if somebody, we got hit by aliens and somebody said all of a sudden, why have they decided on 3? There is that note to say reason behind it. And then
I'll make it a lovely minute, Councillor.
no, but you know what I mean, and then it can be revised. So yeah.
I think as Zoe said as well, that obviously we've got at the moment, we've got like obviously monthly mobilisation and demobilisation meetings. If there's any things that are kind of coming up as part of that discussion, then
Everybody agree on 2 meetings, Spain?
3.
3
3 for next year.
3 for next year, sorry.
Yeah, I'm
3?
in favour.
3?
Yeah,
3?
definitely, yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
and if anything,
I'll second that.
can change. He says agree.
Okay, great.
Okay, we go on to number 3. Anyone want to ask a question? Okay, go ahead.
I was just happy that the precepts for the financial year be set at 0.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Agreed.
Right, so we have number 5, to approve lease in the mess room.
Sorry, Chair, you missed number 4.
Number 4. No, you've,
We just done that one. So we done number 1 and number 2.
so there's 2, hold on. 4 and 5 are similar, but not the same.
one is for Glendale.
Yeah,
I thought we just agreed the precepts being set at 0.
That's
Yeah.
number 3.
number 3, yeah. So we're going on to Glendale now.
Number 4 is Glendale, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Carry on.
okay, I just want to guess. To approve leasing the mess room and yard to Glendale's at a peppercorn rent over their contractual period.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Agree?
Great.
Okay, and similar to approve leasing the mess room and yard to Verde from the 1st of February 2025 to the 31st October 2026 as a peppercorn rent and request the signing leasing documents in amended to reflect this. Have you
Agreed.
read it and agreed?
Agreed.
Great. Right.
Yeah. Approve the amendments to fees and charges attached as appendix H from 1.
First of April.
From 1 for the 1st of April, please note that these prices changes were approved by Merton Cabinet to on the 15th of December 25 and are consistent with the pricing structure within the authority.
Right. And lastly,
And last, review and approve the risk management strategy attached as Appendix 1, risk and issues registered as February 26, attached as Appendix 2.
Agreed.
all agreed?
Yep.
So we can sign that all agreed.
Yep. All done and dusted.
All done and dusted. Any other thing? Any other business?
We don't do ARB. You can close the meeting now if you want. Or lavish more compliments on Andrew and his take.
I'm already ready.
No, they're ready.